Mike, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Glenn.
I apologize for a guy I thought I knew before Donald Trump was elected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I was surprised, but I guess I was surprised. I was supposed to be a 5-minute interview. It was 23 minutes. 23 minutes of attacks, and I'm going, wow, I must really be on the right page here. You're the right course.
Yeah. It was an absolute bloodbath, and I was. When I saw it the next morning, I was like, oh, I wish Mike would have known this piece of information. Stu, you looked this up till we have it all right, I believe. The Chris Cuomo doctor, the remedy that the Chris Cuomo, guy on right or before or after, I don't know because I don't watch CNN, but the guy that precedes or follows Anderson Cooper had COVID. His doctor and his wife's doctor were on television and on the internet talking about astro bodies and how crystals and weird oils and everything else really are the key to changing everything.
Wow.
They never questioned. Do you remember that, Stu?
Yeah, she runs a little like lifestyle website and like publication, and in there that's all they talked about. And she blogged every day when they had COVID, and Chris was being treated by this doctor who had all sorts of claims.
Remedies, right?
Yeah,
right.
And whatever, you do what you want to do, but it's still like for CNN of all places to come after you it's just remarkable.
Because you said that you had. Found something and are you selling it?
No, I'm not. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not for sale. This guy called me. A little background here. I went to, when I spoke at the Rose Garden. Well, at that point, from that point on, everyone in the country would reach out to me for 24-hour sanitizers and all these cures and everything. Well, this guy called me on Easter Sunday. And it just sounded different. He said, we have all the phase 1 and phase 2 testings done. It just came out of University of Texas Medical Branch in the lab. It was all tested and it works. And I said, really? Well, then I called my friend Secretary Carson, he's on the task force. I called him immediately, like I do turn other things in. And he looked into it with them, and he says, wow. He was just, this is the real deal. It was safe. They said, because it passed all the safety things, I started taking it myself as a prophylactic. And then any of my friends and family that got COVID, give it to them, in 2 days they're fine. Yeah. So I had my own due diligence, plus all these testing. I read the stuff. They had tested on over 1,000 people. For 19 years, have been around for... they had done it for cancer treatments, so that's where they got their safety tests from, okay? Well, anyway, this company turned it into the FDA and everything in April, just to get on the dietary supplement list because, there's no reason not to put on because it's past everything. And now I see it work more and more, and I see these other tests they're doing on people, and I'm seeing it from my own eyes. I'm going, this has to get out there. This is going to save our country. It's going to save lives. I'm saving personal lives, and people that knew me are calling me up, hey, I got the COVID, and they would be, a couple days, they're fine, and then they're tested negative, they're back at work. I mean, it was just amazing.
It's like hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah,
it's where
they suppressed it.
Where it's almost as if people don't want things to work.
Right.
It's almost like the left is trying to destroy. Look, I don't care. If Chris Cuomo was sucking on a crystal every night and he thinks it works, go ahead, talk about it. I'm not going to suck on a crystal, but why do I have to make him into the worst person in the world?
Yeah. Well, that's what he
especially did. When it's actually medicine, it's not crystals. There's actually medical.
There's actually medicine. Yeah, this is a medicine, and it's either So the FDA then for the last 4 months. They've been dragging their feet on this for both either the dietitian or an IND. Just let's try it. It's safe, so why won't we try it? Well, this company then, I've been obviously following along. I wanted to get out to the public to save lives. Well, then the company said this about 2 weeks ago, or it was the same week I went on to Anderson Cooper. They said, would you be on our board? And because when this thing was getting ready, we thought the FDA was getting ready to put it out there, so we needed to scale it. They don't know how, this is a massive thing, and I'm pretty good at that. I've scaled a lot of things, and so I went all in. I said, yeah, I'll come on your board, and I said, I'll look at your manufacturing, which is right here in the USA, and it would be probably a very inexpensive cure for save our country. And I would never believe in something if I didn't see it work with my own eyes and stuff. So I did that, and then for Anderson Cooper going, you did this for money. Everything I do, I'm not doing it for money. I do it to help people, and then the money will take care of itself. If not, that's fine too. Like my mask, he got me. He tried to get. He didn't say on the mask. I have $4 million of my own money into that. That I give away. Bottom line dollars, just giving away, and all the stuff that we've done.
So, Mike, I do have to ask you this. What the hell were you thinking? It's CNN. What were you thinking?
Here's what I thought. Every time I'm controversial, the CNN, they never have me on. The View never has me on. They say they're gonna, and then they don't. And I wanted to go right into the lion's den, right into the hurricane, and so because the word gets out there more. Now, when I went on there, I expected some, him to attack. But it actually kind of worked out the way I wanted because of everybody knows about this now, even though it's negative. But now all the good media is coming out about it. And you know what? There should be some pressure on the FDA, because I'll tell you what, if they're suppressing, just say, I'm telling you 100% true, which I would put everything I have in this world on it. That's all. I'm all in on it. Well, let's just say that it is the answer, okay? Now, if it's the answer, and the FDA in this time of this pandemic, and they're suppressing it or holding it back, and how deep this thing goes, why would CNN, not want this out there? Why would Anderson Cooper, if he has family members, not want it? So you wonder how deep it goes, and you wonder what they do to our medicine in this country. If there's not a pandemic, cures that are in Israel and Mexico and every place else that never get to fruition.
So I understand that, but if I didn't know you, for instance, I know the story of what happened in Minnesota with the Better Business Bureau.
Right.
If I didn't know you, if I only knew you from the guy in the commercials with the pillow, I'd think you might be a snake oil person. I might watch that and go, well, Anderson, I mean, he knows, and wow, the Better Business Bureau, I didn't know that, and well, that's ridiculous that the BBB would do that because of politics. And I think they, what is it, libel or slander? I mean,
both.
Yeah, I think
defamation of character.
Yeah,
he went over the top, and he did hurt us in that. You're bringing up stuff from the past that he didn't even give me a chance to address. But I think one of the things is it's kind of I'm so branded with the president. In that respect. So people are going, a lot of them probably said, they're just attacking him again because he backs this great president. But like you say, there is a whole segment, because I watched my Twitter and I watched the Facebook and the social media. This made worldwide news.
I know.
It went all the way across the world. And so, there was a lot of defamation there, and a lot of libel. I mean, he's attacked, called me a snake oil salesman. Then he tried to, backtrack. I don't even know you. You don't know your guest, because I think the people in his ear telling him stuff in his ear, I think he was fed stuff, and I think he knew he went too far because he was getting angry. And I don't know why he was getting angry. It was because I kept, not standing my ground. I don't know. But it's like he's trying to destroy me, and I've never backed down in my life. I'm not going to back down now. So it's you're kind of doing some frivolous things here, Mr. Cooper, because I'm not going to back down.
And the fact, Mike, I don't think people know you. I mean, we did a podcast together. And I urge you to watch the podcast with Mike. It's there's one thing because, I mean, no offense, Mike, but I mean, you were a guy on a TV commercial, and you were a guy that kind of looked to me like, the Mattress Mac guy, who's a really good guy in Houston, but you don't see any of that. You just see the salesman.
Right.
Getting to know you, you have depth unlike what I've seen in most people that are in television, or doing business or anything else. But you are actually driven by God.
Right.
You are driven. Whether you want to make fun of that or you believe that or not, I know Mike believes that.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't mention that I was an ex-crack cocaine addict. He didn't mention that. People like to hear, they like to see hope, especially where we're at now. The American dream. Mine's like the American dream on steroids. I mean, it's, I come from the depths. I come from all these different addictions and set free by God. And you see with God, when that in the Bible, with God, all things are possible. Well, here I am. And it's also being in the United States of America, the freedoms we have that we're in, that we could lose. This wouldn't be possible hardly any other place in the world. My story.
I'll guarantee it.
You would not. My friends are seeing me sitting in the White House with the president. They're going, Jesus is real. There's no way this crack addict is sitting next to the president. That's a miracle.
No.
All these miracles that have happened in my life. And I think that maybe that's what Mr. Cooper was afraid of, is that, he's seeing, I feel that, I pray every time I go on anything and pray for, that God guides my words and guides my path.